Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to Bottom of the Bottle. This is episode 4. And today, we got my son. He's not really my son, but we call him my son because I've known him and his band since, I think, Benny was 14 the first time I met him.
Benny?
Benny Scholl from Avoid.
Benny Scholl from Avoid?
Yeah.
He's going to talk to us?
Yep. He sure as fuck is, dude.
What's he going to talk to us about?
Oh, all types of shit.
Oh.
I'm going to ask him what the weirdest thing he smoked weed out of was. Because I know he's pretty famous for they make up these I think they like smoked weed out of a fucking like cantaloupe one time or something.
Oh my God.
I don't know. They've done a lot of weird ones. Those guys they're weird fucking kids. But yeah, we're going to have him on in a little bit. But before we get there, just doing a little shameless plug for myself. If any bands are in need of any design work, photography, videography services, I'm currently booking. So if you want to check out my work and you want to get your band or brand looking fresh as fuck, go to kendalljohns.com. That's KENDALLJOHNS.com. And we can get getting your shit booked and get you guys in. But before that, just some opening thoughts real quick. I woke up to some pretty shitty news this morning. Extortionist has called it quits.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and we just did a run with them in February. Also, if people don't know, I did their music videos for their 2 Stay Sick releases, those 2 music videos. And yeah, I fucking love those guys. They're some of the coolest people that we've toured with and met, and kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it, and I was just like, fuck, they're just done. But also, like, I know all the shit that they've been through, because they've been through a ton of shit.
Do you know what happened?
No, well, that's the thing. I was sad, and I was like, man, it sucks that they're hanging up because they've been through so much. But then I was like, oh, yeah, they've been through so much. They're probably just tired, man. I don't know how, like, I've talked to Ben about this personally, and I've been like, dude, I don't know how you do it, man. Like, they've gone through so much shit, man. Like, shit that no other bands have gone through.
Like what?
Oh, man, I remember, like, the morning we were going to shoot a music video, we had to change the whole plan because like an ex-member tried to say one of them was a rapist or something like that.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, like just they've gone through so much shit and just like vehicle problems after vehicle problems, member change after member change. And he's this young. Ben's only 22 years old. And he's been doing the band since he was like fucking 14 or some shit.
Oh my God.
And they've done all that stuff, and they've been through so much shit. Way back in the day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, one of the first shows I played with them, I think I was like 17 or something. But Ben was telling me how they just financed a van. They didn't get gap insurance, and their old bass player totaled it. So they had a whole fucking van payment and van that they had to pay off that they just got, and it was totaled. They couldn't use it. Anytime
you get a car,
gap insurance, baby.
Gap insurance. You have to have gap insurance.
Yeah. But like shit like that. They've got like just Ben is just like he's just cursed with bad luck, man. Just terrible things happen to him, and I feel for the kid. And but no, like if any of them hear this or anything, I would love to get either Kip or Ben on, or maybe both of them, and just do kind of like a tribute episode to Extortionist and just celebrate them and
yes, please.
Remnants. That'd be really cool. So if you guys see that or hear this,
tag them.
Yeah, go. But I'll probably hit up Ben. I know he's taking some time with it. I'm sure it's probably not easy. He's probably getting hit up by a million fucking people. But I'll probably reach out to him soon and see if he wants to do that, because that'd be cool. I would love to do that and just kind of celebrate Extortionist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts on your mind, dude?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, what's good?
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kendall Johns.
It is my birthday, yeah.
How old are you now? 12?
25, and don't fucking remind me. I hate getting older, dude. I hate it. I hate celebrating getting old. I think it's fucked up.
Did you think that I didn't know it was your birthday?
No, I figured you did. I just was hoping you'd keep it that way and just not say anything about it.
Dude, it's me.
I know.
Oh.
I just,
It's your special day.
I hate birthdays. I don't like celebrating birthdays, doing all that shit. I hate being reminded that I'm getting older and that time isn't slowing down. It's just getting faster. You know?
Yeah. No, yeah.
I don't like that feeling.
I get that. I'm going to be 28 in 2 months.
I'll be there in like, it's going to feel like 2 months.
But happy birthday, Kendall Jones.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for choosing to spend your time on your special day with me.
Yeah, dude.
Doing the podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Doing the thing.
As always, well, I think that's it for the opening thoughts. I think it's time to dive into this bitch, huh?
Dive into what?
The show.
We haven't dived into the show yet?
No, this is just the opening part, dude.
This is the tip of the iceberg?
Well, yeah, because then when we go into the show, we got to say roll the fucking music, and then the music plays.
Well, Kendall Johns.
Yeah.
Roll the fucking music.
Let's go, baby.
We decided that it was time to bring you the hard and the heavy. Kendall Johns from Dead Crown.
You know, to be honest, we're on a podcast, like we're shooting real shit. Yeah, go follow that motherfucker.
Now, you've been on my radar for a while.
Yeah.
There you go. I love you.
There's a quote.
I don't want to talk shit, but step it up a little bit.
All right, it's that time of the episode where it's time to take some shouts. Hit me with it, Blake.
Hit you with it.
Hit him with it.
Ooh. All right.
Ooh.
So this is from July 14th, so it's about a week or so.
Okay, no worries.
But
Yeah.
Betraying the Martyrs,
Okay.
they had to drop off of their tour
Ooh, I think I saw this, yeah.
because their fucking van caught on fire.
Okay.
And they lost all their shit, got fucking burnt.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible. That is terrifying. But I saw pictures, and here's the thing. What it looked like happened was there was an electrical fire because their chains were dragging. Because from the pictures from what I saw, the front end of their trailer and the back end of their bus caught on fire.
Yeah.
So that sparks will come up because the chains drag, and then it will hit the wires that go in there, and that can cause a fire. So that's why it's like common kind of knowledge, like you don't let your chains drag on the trailer.
All right.
Because if it's dragging on cement, it's just going to spark, and it's going to spark straight up into the trailer. So I wonder if that's how the fire started.
See, I've been like looking and trying to figure out how the fire started.
Yeah.
Because there is that picture of their van on fire.
The whole van? I thought it was a trailer.
Well, it's like the back of the van
And the front end of the trailer.
Yeah.
That sounds like an electrical fire from the chains.
But the thing is, the picture that they have, that picture,
Yeah.
it looks like they're parked in a parking lot.
Well, yeah, because they probably pulled the fuck over when they figured out shit was on fire. Those things can happen. Like something could catch on fire, and then it could start as a slow burn, and then it just takes it to spread a little bit. I'm not a fucking firefighter. I don't know. But regardless of what caused it or not, if they were dragging their chains, I just want to say, come on, and bands, you don't fucking do that. Don't let your chains drag on your fucking trailer. That's how shit like that happens. But besides that, that's still really fucking shitty. And I hope that they have received money to recoup that, because that sucks. That's every band's nightmare.
Yeah, they started a GoFundMe thing.
Yeah.
And I actually haven't looked today at where it's at, but last I saw it was at 16 grand.
Okay.
The total goal that they want to get is 27.
Okay.
Which is basically the cost of all their merch and
Yeah, because they lost
instruments, all their shit.
Yeah, and they lost all their clothes, all their I think I saw. Yeah, they lost like a Kemper and an Axe Effects or some shit.
Yep.
Just a drum set. Whole fucking drum set. Like, goddamn, that sucks, dude.
I got it right here. Among the items lost were the following: a splitter, in-ear monitors, ×4.
Fuck.
Those are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Most of our merchandise.
Fuck.
One Furman power conditioner, which I don't know what that is, but
if it's a nicer one, they can run up there. It's a couple hundred.
4 keyboards.
Oh fuck. Ow.
Shock mount rack units.
Yep, that's up there.
1 Axe Effects.
That's very up there.
6 guitar cases.
With the guitars?
Don't know.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm assuming so. 6 guitar cases and guitars.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
And all of their personal shit.
Yeah, like all their clothes and all their...
Yeah.
Man.
Like each person's own shit.
And there's like 5 million members in that band.
Yeah.
Isn't there like 7 of them or 8 of them? I know there's a lot of motherfuckers in that band.
I don't know. I didn't...
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, dude. But yeah, condolences to them. That really sucks. Yeah, bands, just be fucking careful out there on the road. Shit like that will happen. I remember me and my older brother, we had a band when I was like 13, and he spent his graduation money on getting a van, and it actually caught on fire. The whole fucking van did while we were on our way to a show. We had to pull over, unload all the gear. My brother sprained his ankle while he was unloading stuff, so he was on the ground, and I had to run into a flaming van with me and the bass player, and we had to pull all of our shit out on the side of the road, and it was the scariest fucking thing in the world. But he had just gotten the van and spent all of his graduation money on it and shit, and
oh my God.
It was terrifying, dude. Fires are no joke. That shit fucking sucks, man. So condolences to them. Like, that shit fucking sucks, and I hope they make a recovery.
Yeah.
So, but I also know that band's just they're tainted with bad luck too, because speaking of Extortionist, when they were on the tour with the Browning and Extortionist a couple months ago, and when I was hanging out with Extortionist in Portland, they were telling me that I actually got a call from one of their members, and they're like, yeah, Mike Milford gave me your number. And
what accent is that?
I think they're British or something like that. I don't know.
But what was that you just did?
I don't know. I just got a phone call from some weird fucking number, and it was some foreign guy like, Mike Milford gave me your number. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, we're stuck up in, like, our van broke down like an hour north of Portland, and we were told you have a van and you could come get our trailer and stuff if we paid you. And I was like, oh man, we had just gotten back from tour, so our van was kind of fucked.
Yeah. And
there was some stuff wrong, and sadly I wasn't able to help them out. But like, yeah, apparently on that tour their van had so many fucking issues, and it was just bad luck after bad luck, and they were renting it too, and it was just like ugly situations, dude, ugly situations. And then this happens on their next US tour. Like, fuck, man, that shit is... That's tough, man. That's tough.
Yeah. Speaking of vans,
yeah,
I think a good story to tell would be your van that you have.
Yeah.
Because that thing has lasted a while.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know this, but you've actually rented it out to other bands and touring acts.
Yeah, I have. I've only done that twice, and I don't do it anymore because it's getting the mileage up there, and I'm not a rental company, so like when I did do that and rent it out, it was because like, all right, I know the van's good. It's got low miles. Mm-hmm. It can truck across the United States and back a couple more times. Like, we'll be fine. And so I did it, and people were like, we'll give you this much money. And I was like, fuck yeah, give me a couple grand, take my shit. But
it helps to pay it off.
Yeah.
You've paid it off now, right?
I think I got like $3,000 left on it.
Holy shit. All right.
Well, but I mean, I bought it for 16. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's almost there. You know, like a year, it'll probably be paid off.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah. But what's next on that list for me, boy?
What's next?
What's next, dude?
Taking shots?
I'm taking shots,
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
2 questions, actually.
Okay, hit me.
Do you like jigsaw puzzles?
I hate all kinds of puzzles. My brain is not good with puzzles.
Do you like Metallica?
Yeah, depending on the era.
Well, 4 Metallica jigsaw puzzles are coming soon.
What the fuck is a jigsaw puzzle compared to I don't know what that is exactly.
It's a 500-piece puzzle.
Oh, so it's just a big fucking puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
thought there was something special because it was a jigsaw. I was like, what is it?
It's a jigsaw puzzle.
Dude, I'm puzzle illiterate. I'm telling you.
A big, you open up the box and then you try and get the corners and,
So they have their own puzzles.
Yes, and what it is.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them, and it's 4 of their album covers.
That's pretty sick.
It's Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning,
yeah.
Master the Puppets, and Justice for All.
That's sick. I'm glad they didn't do Load and Reload with the piss, blood, and semen album artworks.
You know what I want them to do, though?
What?
The Black Album as a jigsaw puzzle.
Dude, that would be the hardest puzzle because it's all just black.
Except for the one corner.
Yeah, the one snake corner. You'd get that far and you'd be like, fuck, man, where do I go from here? Yeah. Oh, my God. But no, Kara loves puzzles, so she would be all over that.
Yeah, so it's you can pre-order it now, but it'll...
How much will it cost you? Like $5 million?
I mean, it's Metallica, so probably.
Yeah. But
it'll get released in September 20th.
Well, that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. I mean, they are at that like icon level where it's like, yeah, they've had action figures before, I believe. I've seen James Hetfield action figures.
Oh my God.
It's like, yeah, so why haven't they had a puzzle?
It's Metallica, so like, is there nothing that at this point that they just can't do?
No, that's what I mean. Like, you guys, they're basically like pro wrestlers. You can brand them on anything. Like, you can give them action figures. Like, fuck, you could have Metallica fucking baby bibs, and they would probably do great.
They might actually.
They probably do have baby bibs.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure they might.
They probably do, for real. But yeah, no doubt.
All right,
they deserve it.
Who's your favorite member of Metallica?
Oh, dude, either Kirk or James. Kirk or James. Yeah.
Why?
Because
they play guitar.
Well, yeah, and I grew up like being a guitar player, so I'd probably have to say Kirk because it's Kirk, right? Not Kurt.
Kirk.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Kirk.
Yeah, the shots are kicking in now, so I'm like, it's Kirk, yeah. But no, I grew up playing guitar, so like I thought Kirk Hammett was the shit, and Black Album was fucking dope. The guitar work on that album is obviously dope, and yeah, so probably Kirk. But then also Some Kind of Monster, that documentary. Kirk's always the guy like. I love it when James and Lars are just fucking fighting with each other and screaming at each other, and then I think Kirk's like, "Come on, guys." Let's just get in that room and let's just jam this out. And he's just trying to be peaceful, and they're like,
let's not fight about it. Let's jam about it.
No, seriously, he's like such a hippie like that. And then he's like, yeah, in my free time, I just like to ride horses on my ranch. And I'm like, I was like, this guy's fucking badass. This guy's sick.
Yeah. Love Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica's sick.
My favorite's Robert Trujillo because bass. And that's what I play.
And he's got the nastiest pose.
Oh my God. His power stance.
It's the most powerful.
It's fuck.
It makes Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine look like a pussy.
Yeah. So not only does he do like the almost split, but the face that he makes,
and his bass is so goddamn low.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
He plays it really low, and it's basically like almost at a 90-degree angle compared to what you would normally play.
Yeah,
it's like straight up. Like it's basically like playing a cello or some bullshit like that.
That dude's weird. Apparently his son rips too. I think his son filled in for some band.
Yeah. Oh God.
I want to say it's Van Halen.
Van Halen?
Or was that Eddie, his son? I know Metallica's bass player.
No, it was Korn.
Korn, yeah. He filled in for Korn on a tour.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
He fucking
random.
played bass. This little fucking kid
playing
bass for Korn.
Yeah. Just imagine being like, how old was he? Probably like 12, 13?
Yeah. When he did that tour, yeah.
Dude, just you're 12, 13. Dude, that's like Drake and Josh. You know, I think at the pilot episode where he, the dude, he meets his favorite band and they're like, our guitar player broke his wrist, mate. We need someone to come shred with us. And then Drake's like, well, hey, I could fucking shred. And then he gets to like shred with his heroes. And then like, you know, like he gets the guitar and everything. That's like that kid in real life. He's just like, no big deal. I'll just get to fucking shred with Korn for a tour.
Yep. God damn it.
Because we all wanted to relive that episode of Drake and Josh. We all wanted to be Drake.
I just want Drake and Josh to come back.
That would be fucking sick, but an adult version, VH1 version, where there's
they moved out of their parents' house and they're still living together though.
Yeah, and Drake's just fucking bitches left and right, and Josh is just like, hey, me and my wife are trying to fucking sleep.
But if they remake it, they have to have their own house, but still sleep in the same bed. Or not the same bed, but have the same room. They had like a weird bunk bed thing or whatever.
That'd be funny as fuck. Adult Drake and Josh, that'd be sick.
I never thought that it'd be so simple, but
I found a way. All right, what's next, dude?
Yeah, let's move on. Are you a fan of Tool?
Not really a fan, but I respect them. I know that they're fucking historic. So yeah, I put respect on the name, and I know what they are and what they do, and I respect the fuck out of them for sure.
Fair enough. I'm kind of in that same boat.
Yeah.
I've heard them. I haven't, but you know, it's Tool. Like, I like them, but I haven't really, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Same boat.
But so basically, what's happening is they are getting ready to put out a new album.
I've heard about that.
Guess
because Brighton's a huge Tool fan.
Yeah. Guess how long it's been?
Oh, years
since their last album.
Years. I know it's been a fucking hell of a long time.
Give me a number.
12 years. That's my spitball.
You're close. You're one off at 13.
Fuck. God damn.
So, it's been 13 years since Tool released 10,000 Days, May 2nd, 2006. So basically, what I have here for you is a list of amazing things that took less time than Tool's new album.
That's beautiful.
I've like looked through this a couple times. I think you might be surprised.
Okay.
So, the first one.
Yeah.
Everything the Beatles ever wrote.
Fuck. Ouch.
8 years.
Yeah.
For the Beatles' entire discography or whatever.
8 years? That's it?
8 years.
Damn. That's crazy.
What do we got here? Oh, Michelangelo paints the Sistine Chapel. That only took 4 years.
It only took 4 years to paint a fucking chapel. Holy shit. That's a long ass time.
Right, but you know what? You know what's taking longer?
This Tool record better be fucking good.
Fuck, goddamn!
It better be the best fucking album we've ever heard.
Now this is the one that really surprised me. I was like, oh my god! Airing all 201 episodes of The Office.
No shit.
8 years.
But then filming, so it's probably more like same. Is that airing or filming?
It's just airing. Just all the like.
Because filming happens at the same time that it. Yeah. Wow. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Tool has taken longer than The Office.
But in their defense, haven't they been caught up in like lawsuits and shit like that? Like a bunch of legal shit?
I don't know.
That's what I've heard something like. I could be really fucking wrong, but I heard that they've had like a ton of legal shit that they've had to work through. And they're just now finally, We're
going to have to look into that one. I got one more for you.
All right.
Buckethead. He released 229 studio albums in the last 13 years.
229 full-length albums.
It doesn't say full length, but it just says studio albums.
That's a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Tool should just hire Buckethead. Dude, I remember when Buckethead was fucking in Guns N' Roses.
What?
Yeah, when Axl, Chinese Democracy days, when Axl was like, this is still my fucking band, Guns N' Roses were going strong, and then he took like fucking a million years to get Chinese Democracy out, and like he did a tour, and yeah, Buckethead was playing guitar.
Oh my god.
Because everyone fucking hated Axl and they didn't want to be in the band.
God damn it.
But somehow Axl got fucking Buckethead to play guitar in Guns N' Roses. So you see Axl with a ginger with fucking dreads, who's like gotten like kind of big since the 80s and like really baggy clothes, and then next to him playing Sweet Child O' Mine. And then next to him you got fucking a guy with a KFC bucket on his fucking head playing the fucking licks to Paradise City. And it's like, that's the dream team.
Take me down to the KFC city. Oh fuck.
Where the chicken is greasy and the limbs are crispy.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Honestly, that was pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
That was good.
I'm not good on the fly stuff.
I think you killed it.
Well, thanks, dog. Well, is that it for taking shots?
That's it for taking shots.
Well, hey, that's been a good one.
But I wanted now we're 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about some stuff.
Okay, yeah, what's good?
We're 4 episodes in now.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any feedback or like how do you think these shows are going so far?
I think they're going pretty good. I haven't got I've gotten feedback in the sense of like some things of like some what people want to hear and people being like, yeah, like I love this. I love that you're doing it again, and like, you know, people are showing their support, which is fucking awesome. Thank you to everyone who's been listening to this.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Especially to all my friends, my side of everything.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people hit me up and tell me that they've been listening.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's sick. And also, since you brought that up, quick reminder, wherever you're listening to this, please subscribe. And if you can leave us a rating or a review, that would help us out a lot too. Ooh. Whenever there's new episodes out, please share them, retweet them, do all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter at BOTB Show. And I think on Facebook, we are at BOTB Podcast. So, yeah, link up with us there. And once we start, like, kind of building those numbers, and that's when we can actually get you guys involved and, you know, say we're having this person on the show and then be like, what questions do you have for them? And we can get you guys involved. But in order to do that, we need to, you know, kind of have you guys all in one place. So, so please follow us and subscribe.
I actually had an idea for something.
Yeah.
But it's going to require other people who are listening.
Yeah.
What's a new segment? We've got Taking Shots.
Yeah.
But we need something else.
Yeah, we do.
I think we call it Questions, Comments, Concerns.
Okay. Where we just answer people's questions, comments, and concerns?
Yes.
I'm about it.
So we need you all out there to message us, comment, talk about it, tag us.
Okay, yeah. So
we need your feedback.
So if you're listening to this episode, questions, comments, and concerns, if we can get enough, we'll do it on the next episode. But so you can tweet at us, like I said, at BOTB Show. Hit us up on Facebook at BOTB Podcast. If you want to just email us directly, you can email us at bottomofthebottlepdx@gmail.com.
Yep.
But
you could also just slide into my DMs on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, we're pretty accessible people. So yeah, anything you guys want and want to answer on the show, just hit us up with it.
If you have a question for Kendall that you don't want him to know about and you want me to just ask him on the fly,
just hit me with it.
Slide into my DMs and I'll make it happen.
All right, well, fuck yeah. that we would love that. So if you guys want to do that, hit us with some questions, comments, and concerns. But with that being it, I think it's time to get Benny on the line.
Is it our boy Benny?
Our boy Benny fucking Scholl, dude.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Episode 4. We got Benny Scholl from Avoid. Let's get him on the line.
Yeet!
Yo, Benny, what's good, dog?
Yo, what's going on, man? How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm good, baby. I'm good.
Benny.
Fucking happy to be here. Happy birthday.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much. Oh, man, what was it? It was my 21st birthday I spent with you, huh?
21st birthday. We fucking lived it up in Sacramento.
Oh, shit.
On a whim, too.
I know. I got fucked up. I almost got kicked out.
You got fucking buck wild that day.
Dude, yeah, I just remember, like, everyone, I made friends with people, because this was at All-Star Fest, right? All-Stars?
Yeah, it was All-Stars at Ace of Spades.
That was so legendary. Okay, I remember I went to the bar, and I started making friends with all these people, and I was like, it's my 21st birthday. So naturally, they just started buying me drinks. And then I got so fucked up. It was just like out of a movie, and Oceana was just about to play.
Yeah.
And someone gave me a shot of Fireball. I took it, slammed it down, and turned around. And as soon as I turned around, they hit with their fucking intro. And it was the most devastating thing, because that's when it was just like, boom, I'm fucked up. And it was just like Oceana just doing the heaviest shit in the world. And I was like, oh my God, I need to like get out of here. And then I started walking around, and then the security guard was like, hey, if you don't fucking sober up, we have to kick you out. And I was like, oh, shit. And so I was like, can I go take a nap? And he was like, yeah. And so I went out to the van, and I took a nap. And then what happened after that?
You took a nap on the ground.
And then didn't I try to, like, buy weed from someone or something? No, someone gave me weed?
So, dude, it was like the funniest fucking thing because that whole day was so different from both of our perspectives. Because I was like 16 or 17 or some shit.
Yeah, you were a
and
baby still.
I was a baby, and I had you were drunk, and you drove us all the way down there. So after you got drunk,
I wasn't drunk when I was driving.
No. But you had driven us all the way down there.
Yeah.
So and we had not toured before. This is our first out of state show ever, and so it was and we had to park your van 8 blocks away.
Yeah,
and then you were
down there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you were like, dude, I'm drunk. You gotta go drive the van. And I'd never driven a van trailer at that point.
Oh yeah.
And it was your old. It was that, and it was when your van. You had that weird fucking shift thing, and it was just odd. And it was downtown Sacramento in that fucking shitty area. Dude, it was terrible. It was hilarious, but it was terrible.
Yeah, but then I don't remember this, but apparently during my nap I woke up and there was some guy with a dog and something with weed. I don't remember that.
So there was some dude, and he was on a bike or something, and he was on his dog, and he was like, "You guys a band?" It was just one of those conversations.
Yeah.
And because they kind of started talking for a second. He's like, "Oh, well, safe travels, boys." And he just fucking picks out this decently sizable bag of weed and just hands it to us and just goes on his way. Doesn't fucking ask for anything. He just a weed guru just stopped in, gave us a treat, and left.
And then wasn't Will Garcia really stoked about that?
Oh my God, Will Garcia and Luke at the time.
He was like, "Oh, we got some weed."
And this is before Luke or Nick and me were heavy smokers, and our old drummer David didn't smoke weed at all.
Yeah,
so
you guys
it was
didn't do shit.
We didn't do shit. We were babies back in the day.
Yeah. So that leads me to the first question I want to ask you. What's the weirdest thing you've smoked weed out of? Because I know you and your boys make the weirdest fucking contraptions.
Man, so when we were recording our album, I had a kicker of just making the trying to find the weirdest things that I could smoke out of, and it started off with an onion, which an onion is just like an apple pipe.
Dude, how did that taste?
Oh God, terrible! It was for the video, bro. It was for the purpose.
God. Okay, so where do you take it from an onion?
So from an onion. Then it went to a JoJo, a fry, one of those big potato fries.
No way.
Yeah.
You smoked weed out of a potato?
I have videos of all of this shit too for proof.
Oh my
God damn. Wait, so a JoJo, how did that fucking work? Because those things are just mush on the inside.
Yeah, so you just basically, you had to get, my move was a straw. So you had a straw on one end and another end, and you just took out enough of the mush that you could, you had to have a really fresh JoJo too, so it couldn't have been
so
sitting
nice
there.
and crispy.
Yeah, so actually, no, never mind. Back other way around. It had to be sitting there for a minute, so it was firmed up.
So it hardened up. Yeah, it wasn't mushy. It was cold and just stale a little bit. Yeah,
that was how we did it. And so we could use the straw to take out the potato shit from the middle, and it stayed pretty compact, and we were able to smoke a bowl out of it.
Damn.
But yeah, just straw from one end to the other.
What other ones? Because I know you've done a couple.
I think my most impressive one would either be a stick of butter. Or an ice cube.
An ice cube?
An ice cube.
Dude, that's some groundbreaking science, man.
That's what I'm saying, brother. I need to get out of the fucking music game and just get into weird pipe building.
Wait a minute. Ice cube. I need to know how this fucking works.
How did this work? How the fuck did you smoke weed out of an ice cube, Benny?
There's a video, so there's proof.
Oh, I know. I believe you. I believe you.
So it took a little bit of work though. So I had to get a good sizable square ice cube, and it was about a good size of a pine cone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
And then I just started going at it, and I think I took a knife or a really pointy edged thing, and I got it really hot. And I very carefully went in for the first half of it, and so I didn't break it. So I only did halfway. Then I put it back in the freezer for a little bit, and then after I let it freeze and get really hard, then I went for the other way so I could get a nice hole all the way through without getting it too hot and cracking it.
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was really. I just took a blowtorch, some metal, and I just fucking worked my way through it. It took a couple ice cubes. I had to learn the art of not breaking it, and the whole heat.
Damn,
and you know what I mean?
You wanna, dude? You're a fucking scholar and a scientist in my book. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. I'm happy to please the stoner community for weird types.
I know, and I don't smoke weed, so that's like, I'm just like, God damn, that's impressive. So.
I know, and it's so funny too, because when I met you, your brother was the biggest stoner in the world.
Oh yeah, my brother would smoke hella.
Oh, it was the funniest thing, man.
Dude,
and I remember we had like the longest talk about him wanting to do fucking cricket flour for a career.
Oh yeah, he wanted to farm crickets and sell them as flour because it was like the next big thing. And yeah, he was straight up about to do a cricket farm. But okay, so let's dive into some shit here. So you guys started as a product of the Seattle School of Rock, right?
No, it wasn't the School of Rock.
What was it though? It was something like it though, right?
It was something kind of similar. So basically, like I was in drum lessons for like all through middle school up until early high school.
Yeah.
And so those people put on like a rock band camp every summer, but it wasn't like a School of Rock formulated like thing like that. It was literally just like.
So you met Nick at band camp.
Yeah, basically, I met Nick at rock band camp. Yeah, when
That's
we were
so
like,
tight.
I think I was 14 or something like that.
Dude, yeah, you guys were infants.
Yeah, we met, and it's funny, like that story is hilarious in itself because when Nick and when we met each other, he hated me. He thought I was like the most annoying little shit ever.
Well,
and
in his respect, back then, I knew you back then too. You've come a long way. You were definitely like 14 and just obnoxious.
Oh, dude, I was just figuring out the world, brother.
Oh yeah, you for sure were. But
I was just figuring it out.
But you were never that way in a bad way. You always had like a good heart and a good spirit. So like, you know, but
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
Just well, yeah. But young Benny was just a lot to handle at first. You had to get to know Benny, and then you're like, okay, I get it now. But yeah, it was just like, who the fuck is this kid? He's going at like a million miles an hour, constantly.
If people hadn't experienced ADHD before and then they met me, they were in for a world of fucking hurt.
Well,
that's how it was for me meeting you for the first time, because I only known you a couple years, but when I first met you, I was just like, man, this kid is at 11.
But so yeah, and I love you, and we're probably gonna rip each other's balls and bust each other's balls on here. So if anyone, everyone knows, yeah, we've known each other for years. We rip on each other all the time. It's all in good fun. We love each other. But so you and Nick meet at rock camp, band camp, and what happens from there?
So we kind of just get into so. The way that camp went is we had to kind of test in our certain skill levels, and I tested in as a drummer and a singer because I was still doing both at the time. And Nick was in as a guitar player, and so there was only a select few of us in like the same age group / skill level. And Nick specifically on his sheet put, "I do not want to be in a band with Benny."
Whoa! Oh my god! So then, how did that happen?
So he got put into a band because I mean, rock band camp. I mean, you can imagine the kids that go to rock band camp.
Oh yeah, it's probably the best.
Oh, that's some good ass people watching right there.
For sure.
But he got put in a band with a kid that he hated even more than me.
Damn.
And so he was like, "Fuck it, I'll give this Benny kid a shot."
So you guys started jamming.
And we started jamming, and then I was like, "Oh shit, he's really good. Please don't ever not play music with me."
And then outside of band camp, you guys actually started a band, and that became the Void, right?
Yeah, so we got really excited about that rock band camp because basically the way it went is you spent a week rehearsing, you learned some cover songs, maybe you write one song of your own, and then you get to play a gig at the end of the week for your parents, and it's lame, but when it's your first thing, it's the coolest thing ever, you know what I mean?
You guys are kids. You guys are fucking kids. That's great. That's great.
I have a question.
Exactly. So
Benny, I have a question. This rock band camp, everybody that went, is it all people that were like local to your area?
Yeah, it's all people within a 30-mile radius of the greater Seattle area.
Oh, all right.
So then from there, you guys started
So from there, yeah, basically we got really excited after playing that show and getting that bug, and we were like, well, fuck, if you guys actually want to do this, let's do it. And then from that point on, even though we had no idea what we were going to do, there was never a doubt in our mind that we were going to try and push this as hard as we absolutely could to like make it. It wasn't like, hey, let's have a fun band and do a high school thing. It was like, you guys want to fucking make it or not? And that was like our mindset literally from day one at 14.
Well, yeah, because I remember when you guys were kids, like your recording sucked balls, but you guys brought it live. You guys were like, damn, you know, everyone that saw you guys back then, I think that's why we started being friends, because you guys opened for Tides back in the day, and I saw you guys.
Oh, yeah, forever ago.
Yeah, you guys were like fucking 14 or some shit, and I was like, you know, these kids, like, they got their heads on, like, they, like, give them a little bit, and they're gonna be fucking killers, because you guys were awesome live, and you guys still are. You're still praised for putting on, like, one of the best live shows out there for a band at your size, so.
Well, I fucking love you.
I love you too, dog. But yeah, so then like, and then like you got the band together, started doing Avoid, all that shit. Well, Avoid the Void, and then yeah, well, take me from there. What's the journey, dog?
I mean, the journey, I mean, it's a fun one, man, because it started with Nick, and then our other buddy, Nick, from high school, his nickname was Shaq, because if you rearrange, his nickname was Nick Mijas, and if you rearrange that, it spelled Mini Shaq, so we just called him Shaq.
That's great.
Yeah, and so we had Nick and Shaq, and we just kind of, we were all going to high school together, we were all kind of just figuring it out. I played drums and sung, and played guitar. So basically, Nick and me took turns being the drummer of the band and singing on songs. We were kind of just figuring it out and like, okay, who's going to play what? And then we got into high school, and then we met our first drummer, David, and that was kind of when everything started flowing. I was like, okay, well, I'll take a shot at being a singer. I've never done it before, but let's see where it goes. And then we had a drummer, and we had a bass player, and we had a guitar player, and so we were a band. And so then we kind of just started practicing and seeing where it went, and we wrote our first couple songs. And then you kind of just start gigging, you know, you play your first couple shows, and we sucked. Ooh, this is a good story. So our first show as Avoid the Void, so we had already gotten booked on a national act like later in the next year. Like this was like in December, and this was like our tryout show, but we had already gotten booked on the show, and we sucked so bad that the owner of the venue threatened to pull us off the national show because of how bad we were.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, so this is our first time doing it. We've never done it before. And we're like, okay, so we suck.
Yeah, but that was probably the best feedback you guys ever got.
Oh, dude, it was, man. We've been very fortunate. People in our lives have been pretty brutally honest with us when it comes to that stuff, I feel like.
Well, yeah, and I got in the music game when I was really young too. Like I didn't know you guys, but I was in bands when I was like 13 and 14, and I had really big harsh reality checks at that young age, and that kind of shaped me to like create a standard for myself and create a standard for the people around me. So in a weird way, I was slammed just like you guys got slammed when I was younger, but that's kind of what shaped me and made me be like, okay, you got to be good.
Dude, exactly. I feel like if you don't get a major slam like that, especially when you're starting out, then you can really let your head get away early. Like, you know what I mean? You come out of the gate and you fucking kill it, and everyone likes you, and everyone starts giving you attention. Like, I feel like, especially if you've never done it before, I don't know. It can, I mean, not to knock that, because if you're good off the gate, you're good off the gate, and that's fucking sick.
But in order to get good, you got to be shitty.
Yeah, exactly.
And the people that are shitty that can't take the feedback, it's like, well, okay, we don't need you in the business anyways, so it weeds out the weak, and yeah.
So from there, we hated ourselves and didn't want to ever play music again. And then we had to sit down and we decided that we were going to fucking do it. And then we just started practicing 3 days a week, every single week, basically for the next 4 years. Is kind of how it went.
Yeah. And then from that point, I think that's when I started noticing you guys. You guys started playing like every fucking national show in Seattle.
Yeah, we tried to find our way onto every single show we possibly could. We just knew we didn't know what to do. All we knew is that we practiced a lot, so now we knew how to play our instruments, so we just wanted to play. And so all we wanted to do was play as much as we possibly could to whatever crowd we could, whatever fan base we could, and so we just did.
Yeah, but then you guys also, around this time, started getting a little bit of praise because you guys were fucking starting to become the fucking little hustlers in Seattle. You guys sold all the tickets. You guys filled the fucking rooms, and you guys still do. And I want to talk to you about that soon. But
Yeah.
Yeah, just you guys were on every national show because you guys were polling and you guys promoted super hard.
And I mean, we definitely played the game, and I wouldn't even necessarily recommend this to most bands, but all of us had our little high school jobs at the time and shit like that too, because we didn't have a ton of friends in high school. Like, everyone talks about how, like, oh, the high school band, it's easy for them to sell tickets because they have a huge friend group. Like, we were all kind of like, we loved to, like, not be noticed and kind of not, like, I mean, I have my attention thing, but you know what I mean? Like, we didn't really, like, fuck with people and have a huge friend group. And so we kind of, like, bought our way on. Like, we kind of just bought all the tickets to a couple of them. But it started working because that helped us develop a fan base, and we started meeting people, and we made we took magazines and ripped the pages out and folded them into CD cases and handed out demos at every single show, and made sure every single person that we possibly could see left with something that said "Avoid the Void" on it. And we just tried to make people not be able to escape us, so they had to like us eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a hustle and a grind. That's like a lost art form. And that's why I wanted you on the show, because you guys are kings of that. And you guys...
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you guys fucking are one of the last bands that I've seen, like, really hustle and grind to the spot that they're at. And I respect the shit out of that. You know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. For real.
Yeah. So then, yeah, you guys did an EP with Ryan Furlot, right?
We did, yeah. That was our first EP. It was Avoid the Void. We went down and did that for a week, and that was our first ever experience in a studio or anything like that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then you guys put that out, and then you guys signed with Revival?
Yeah, so...
Or when was that?
No, it wasn't after. There was a pretty weird... So with that, we put out the EP. We were still in high school and kind of figuring it out, and then we went on our first tour under that name with For the Likes of You, who mutual friend of ours.
Yeah. Love those boys.
Yeah, and so we did our first tour, and we did a couple tours under Avoid the Void, no label or anything like that. And kind of that's how we got it. And that was when we toured with you guys too under Avoid the Void, like the first Dead Crown tour.
Oh yeah, that was the first one ever, yeah. Back when we had like 2 songs out, and our band just did like a little 5-day blaster, but somehow made money.
Yeah, that little, I know that, and like the shows were not bad.
Yeah, no, and we were just like, okay, we're out here, we're living 5 shows, came back home with like 2 G's.
Yeah,
I
was like,
right.
Fuck yeah.
That was when I was like, all right, we might be onto something. Cool.
Yeah. That was super weird. But so we did that, and then I don't know, after a while though, because we did that, and then we did that Knotfest thing with you too, because that's how we really got to know each other. We did you did one of our first travel experiences with us.
Yeah, I was like your guys' band dad and like drove you places and shit.
Dude, it was fucking, those were so fun though.
Dude, they were so fun. Yeah, and I remember Knotfest. That was the weirdest festival I think any of us have ever been to.
Oh, dude, that was like Luke almost fought like 3 people.
3 dads, because he was going in. I think it was during Beartooth, and all the younger kids started hardcore dancing, and then like these dads were like, "Hey, none of that fucking karate shit." And then Luke was like, "What the fuck you gonna do, old man?" Because you know how Luke is.
Luke is a little feisty, man.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking talk shit and run his mouth to anyone that fucking gives him lip. And so he almost fought this fucking bald dad, dude.
Dude, and the funniest thing now is they're friends.
I know that. He was telling us that night. He was like, "Dude, yeah, I became friends with that guy. We're messaging each other right now. He's actually pretty fucking cool."
No, and like to this day, he still keeps in touch with that dude every so often.
No fucking way. Does he come out to your guys' shows?
No, not that I've known of, but I know that every so often, I'm like, dude, you know that dude that I almost fought at Knotfest? Yeah, he just checked in with me, wonders how we're doing, and like random shit like that.
That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I just remember that festival, like, I thought it was going to be super sick, so it was like, oh, there's all these young bands and then these old bands, and I just remember, like, the old people were not about the young people. And I remember they had, like, 32-ounce, like, huge beers, and they would buy them, and it was at, like, the Headbang for the Highway stage or whatever, whenever there was, like, a scene band playing or something like that, like a core band, they would take them, they wouldn't be open, they would be full, and they would just chuck them into what they would call the karate pits, and they would yell, like, fuck that shit, and chuck these full 32-ounce, hard as fuck, not cracked open beers into the pit.
Yeah.
Like the old people were not about it. And I remember, like, as a joke, I shaved my facial hair into a goatee, and I wore a cut off The Rock shirt and cargo
With a
shorts
huge American flag on it.
with a huge American. Yeah, it was The Rock. And then cargo shorts, and I was like, I'm going to be a fucking dad at this festival. I'm going to embrace the dad life. And then I went there and I saw it, and I was like, no, I'm not about these dads. These guys fucking suck. I thought they were going to be way cooler. Fuck them. But
Yeah,
but no, it was still fun.
That was the weirdest shit. But I know
It was weird
We
as
kind of just
fuck.
did those couple things, but then we really kind of kicked off a void. After all that, we just wanted to ditch everything we did. Like, not to like ditch it, but we just wanted to kind of. We learned a lot under those like 5 years or whatever of being Avoid the Void. And so then we kind of just wanted to switch it up and had like be a new entity in the industry, kind of hit it hard, not have the little kid history that we had. Not that it was bad, you know what I mean? But we just wanted to be fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, yeah, then we kicked it off, and then we put out a single. And
That was Death of an Era, right?
yeah, End of an Era.
Yeah.
You did the video for
Oh,
it.
yeah, End of an Era. Sorry, not Death of an Era. Yeah, I did the music video for it. Yeah, that song slaps. I love that song, still even to this day.
Well, yeah, so we did that, and then I don't know. Then we signed, and then we've just pretty much been trying to tour as much as we possibly can since.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I guess going to that now.
I got a question.
Okay, what's up, Blake?
When you guys changed up your name,
Yeah.
what was there like any? Was it like a easy transition, or did people kind of get confused on what was happening? Or
I don't know. I feel like, at least to our faces, everyone was really cool about the transition because we were pretty open about our reasoning for wanting to switch it. And that's why we only switched it to Avoid and not an entirely different thing. We didn't want to like abandon what we had created under Avoid the Void and all that shit, because that's what we cut our teeth on and playing all those shows and shit like that. And we loved what we had with our little community that we had, but we just wanted to not be that anymore at the same time. And we just tried to portray that in a really like honest way, and I feel like people were just like, cool, you guys do you. We also weren't in fucking anything yet. We still aren't, but like we really weren't doing anything at that point, so it didn't really matter at the same time.
I remember when you guys did it, and I think we had talks about it, and I was like, if there was any time you guys are going to do this, like, it's now. Just do it. Get it out of the way. And that was a good call, because now you guys are here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And so the next question I have is, when it comes to the hustle of your guys' hometown, because, I mean, you guys, there's not a whole lot of bands, especially in the Pacific Northwest, Portland and Seattle. Our scenes are kind of fucked. They're not the strongest. There's not a lot of bands that, you know, can be like, headline El Corazon, do 350 to 450 heads, but you guys do. And I know it took... Not really. It took a while for you guys to be like heavily noticed as the Kings of Seattle, but right now I would say when it comes to like core music, Avoid that you guys are the Kings of Seattle. So with that, when it comes to your guys' hometown, and a lot of bands, like, you know, they need to realize how important their hometown market is. What's your guys' approach and your grind to getting those asses through the fucking door in your hometown?
Well, I appreciate that, and I still definitely wouldn't call us the Kings of Seattle, because there's been a lot of fucking...
Yeah, there's a lot of history. Yeah, but you
there's
know, like,
a lot of history.
But like right now, when it comes to like the metalcore scene, it's like, oh, what bands draw here? What bands do good here? It's Avoid, easily.
Yeah.
Avoid. If you want to get a good show in Seattle, you play with Avoid, and you're lucky to have that.
Yeah, I don't know. For us, and basically, what I'd pretty much tell any band that would start touring, and I wish we would have done, is don't even start touring until you can draw at least 100 kids in your hometown.
Exactly.
Because that's like, so you don't make any money when you're starting off touring, especially, and it's like, if 100 people won't come see you in your hometown, who the fuck is going to come see you anywhere else?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my approach with that. And like, I know it's kind of harsh because I know a lot of bands that don't do that, and no disrespect, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like at the same time you really have to build that home market, because they're what's going to, you know, guide you through the shittiness of everything else.
They're what's gonna finance your whole tour, you dumb fucks.
They are going to finance your... We have had, I mean, those flopping tours, the hometown show can save that.
Yeah, there's like, if there's so many instances and things where it's like, oh, if we didn't have that hometown money and that hometown draw that we built, we would have been fucked right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had shit.
I got a question for both of you.
Okay.
Yes.
So I've been in a couple bands where we would have that initial pop in the hometown. Like every show we would play, people would come out. What do you do to keep people coming back 4, 5, 6 shows down? You know.
Well, before Benny goes in, because Benny, you could talk about this more, because with Dead Crown, we hardly play Portland. So that's the thing that we do. We got to a point where we were like, okay, we can headline, we can do this, and we can make money, but we don't push it. So it's like we try to keep it exclusive and keep it like, you know, so that way we're not burnt out on our hometown market. But you guys, on the other hand, Benny, you guys have done shows pretty close to get together, and you guys never really have terribly flopped shows. So like, what do you guys do?
I mean, I think the biggest thing, and it's going to sound so dumb, but we really just try and hang out with everyone, and we make our shows more than just like a show. We just like, hey, if you're coming to an Avoid show, it's a fucking hangout sesh. We're going to fucking hang out front. We're going to hang out in the pit. We're going to hang out in the bar. Like, we want it to be a very inclusive thing, not of like, you have to be a certain way to come to these things. Like, we try and make it a really inclusive thing. And then what we really tried to do for a minute was bring back the bands that weren't around anymore that we grew up playing with, and either have them do a reunion or a farewell show with that. And so it was kind of like the new kids with us and what we've built with kind of that as well. And then we were able to do some really cool events with that, you know?
And that was with like Monster Scare You coming back and stuff like that.
Exactly. We had Monster Scare You, another band, Truth Under Attack. We've had Idols come back. We've had a handful of like bands that have made it in the Seattle scene.
Which that's sick as fuck, dude. Like, that's rad.
Thank you.
That's rad. But yeah, I guess besides that, when it comes to actually just promoting and building your hometown market, I guess, like, you know, because I've talked to you guys before. I think we've stolen the list idea from you guys, where you guys have a list of all, like, a ton of people. And then when you guys have a show coming up, someone messages everyone on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, like, what are like the techniques you guys use to like getting people to buy tickets and get to the show?
Are you saying like you directly message them?
Directly message them, yeah.
Oh.
And invite them, be like, yeah, we're playing a show. Come out, motherfucker.
Oh,
you know?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of how we built it. Is we just had this. Yeah, we tried to do it in every city. Is we had this Google Drive folder of. They knew it wouldn't for us to hit up and you know, just be like, sorry, we're just walking through Nick's house and just diverting through the hallway.
Oh, it's all good, dog.
God damn it, Ben.
But we kind of just tried to get a list of everyone we knew it wouldn't be weird to hit up. Like, it wouldn't feel like we would be imposing ourselves, but like, hey, you had a good time with us, right? Like, come hang out with us. And we eventually got a pretty solid list of that built in Seattle and other places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so we just tried to build a fan base and keep record of who we were making friends with. So we'd also like try to remember people's names and faces and what they were up to, and like make friendships with these people too, you know?
Yeah, and that's always so important. Like, you're a band, but also you're people at the end of the day. And I always say the biggest thing that'll help your band at the end of the day is if you can find a way to be personable with people, and you can build relationships with people instead of, you know, like, because it's 2019. It's, you know, the whole rock star fantasy thing, like, that ain't gonna fucking work for you. So you gotta go out. You gotta meet people. You gotta make friends. And that's why I hate saying, like, oh, we have fans. Like, fuck that shit. No, we got friends. You know,
exactly. I feel the same way.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. And I actually learned that from No Bragging Rights when I was like 14.
Yeah,
Christian Lee, he guest listed me to a show. I love that guy, and I want to get him on the podcast too. That band was like a huge part of my upbringing. But that's kind of the way he put it too, because those guys were road dogs, and they're big. Like, they don't seem like they're big, but No Bragging Rights is actually a pretty fucking big band. And he would always say, he was like, well, dude, we don't really have fans. We have friends. We come to all these cities and we build relationships with these people. And that's why whenever No Bragging Rights would come to a show, every motherfucker in that building had a No Bragging Rights shirt on and felt something so connected to those bands. And that's why people still, like, to this day talk about No Bragging Rights in that way. Like, they're like, they would fucking like die for that band because they had that close of a relationship with their audience. And that's like, that's fucking important.
No, that I actually, one of the same bands that I I go to when I try to reference a band that did exactly that is No Bragging Rights. They did it
They were so good at it, man.
Special, man.
Yeah, I miss them. I wish they would come back.
Yeah, there was something so special about the community that they built. But yeah, I mean, exactly that. And I think that, I mean, at the end of the day, if people are going to actually take the time out of their day to come see you when you come through their city, or buy a t-shirt or buy a ticket or whatever, like, that's super sick. And I don't really understand, like, and not saying there's a lot of people, because most people I've met in this day and age too, like, the egos are really starting to drop, and there's a lot of cool people with it. But I don't know, I feel like,
well, yeah, it has to. The rockstar shit ain't working no more.
It's not. So I feel like if someone's gonna do that, like, fucking, you bound to hang out with them at least a little bit and fucking share a drink, share a story.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm all about that. So, moving on. So you guys recently went on tour with Red Jumpsuit and Alisana.
Yeah.
And you guys have been hustling at like the just ground and pound shitty little, like tours with Dead Crown and shit like that. How is it finally breaking into being a support act?
It is really cool getting to finally get on some of these tours. Like, getting to play to full rooms every night is fucking incredible.
I know,
you know what I mean?
We're not even there yet, and I'm like, God damn. Like, but you guys deserve it. You guys deserve it so much.
Thank you, man. And I mean, it's been really cool. But like, and I'm hoping next time we do a headline run, hopefully we can see some results from all this touring that we've been doing. But yeah, it's been cool, and the bands have been really cool to us, and we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about what to do and what not to do, and I don't know, just about what really to remember what's important, and that's just about the music.
What are some of those things? What are some of those things to do and not to do?
I think the best thing is to just have awareness to everyone around you on a tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a pretty simple thing for one, but something a lot of people can forget, because it's like, it's a very emotional thing, especially for like a single person. It's like, you go through a lot of emotions and you go through a lot of shit, and you're sleeping in a van and you don't fucking get to shower every day and all that dumb bullshit. But kind of remember that everyone around you is also more than likely in that same boat. Yeah. And you don't know what's going on in their home life and what's going on in their whatever's going on. And so, you know what I mean? Even if someone's being bitchy or a dick or whatever's going on, try and just have awareness and understanding to what's going on with everyone on a tour, and realize that it's a lot bigger than you. So, like, don't take everything personal.
Fucking exactly, man. I feel that. I feel that hard.
What was it like going on tour with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus? Because when I was in middle school and high school, like, they were
the MTV Fuse Jam.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, same with me. Like, I had a burnt CD that I would fall asleep to when I was a kid that had songs like fucking Silverstein, Smile in Your Sleep. It had Face Down. It had all those emo bangers. And so it was like a band that I grew up like really loving, and getting to go on tour with them was really cool, man. Like, they were an incredible band to watch every night. They're really fucking good and really tight.
When you first met them and like the first initial meeting or whatever, did you fanboy a little bit? Because I definitely would have.
I really tried not to.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm whenever I meet those people, it's like I can't fanboy. Like, it's
kind of, I mean, I really wanted to make a good impression, but like, the other way, I also kind of viewed myself. We were 2 of 5. You know what I mean? I was like, like, I kind of took it as they want nothing to do with us, and so I took every interaction as like,
that's how
hey
I am
man,
too.
Nice to meet you.
That's how I am too. I'm like, if people want to fuck with me, they'll come fuck with me.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like go out and like try to get your approval or, bug you and punish you. That's just not how I roll. If you want to fuck with me, you fuck with me. But from what I've heard from you, they fucked with you guys heavily, didn't they?
They were. I mean, we made a really cool bond with those guys, man. Like, especially like, they called them the Jays because they had their tour manager was named Jesse. Their their drummer was named John. Their bass player was named Joey, and their guitar player was named Josh. And so there was just all these jumpsuit. Exactly.
Yeah, the Jays, dude. That's sick.
Dude, so there was just so much, but I mean, they were just the most fun dudes to hang out with. Literally every day we were just hanging out by the vans, fucking finding some shit to get into, going to the bars, just like, we were just having a good ass time. I mean, that was really all it was, though. You know what I mean? It was not about the music. It wasn't about the shows. It was just about building a really cool friendship with those guys, and they shared a lot of wisdom and a lot of really cool stories with us,
Yeah, and that's fucking badass. And other things you've told me about that tour, just a segue a little bit. Why is it so important to invest in your band's merchandise and get it done the right way?
Because when you have good merchandise, you can make a lot of money even if people don't like your band.
And that happened to you guys on that tour, didn't it?
That happened very much so to us on that tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we had a fat spread, and I thought we had really cool looking merch designs, and people seemed to enjoy them. So yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, but so like, I remember like, let's bust this fucking open a little bit. I remember you saying, you're like, dude, there's some nights where we sold neck and neck with like Alison in a red jumpsuit just because you guys had a fucking spread. And from, you don't have to say this, but I'll say this because I've seen some of their merch and seen their shit. They're not fucking, they don't got a good spread. Their merch is kind of dog shit.
I mean, the way I would say is it's not as focused on as other things.
But that's important. You need to be focused on, because then you got this little support band that you're taking out that's like killing it just as hard as you are on merch, and it's like, damn, if our spread was sicker, we'd probably just we would have all that business and have more money. But also at the same time, it worked out for you guys because it was like, oh dude, our shit looks good, we did things right, we're making money.
Yeah, it really did. It helped us out a ton. And you know what I mean? Trying to have people there. Like, I go to merch like the second we're done playing, and I try and just meet as many people as I can right off the bat and sell as many t-shirts that I can personally, or just even, I don't even care about that. Like, I just want to meet as many people that like fucked with us and take a picture, give them a sticker. Like, if I can like just make a connection and make them remember the band, like that's the number one goal, especially on tours like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And did you find that a lot? Did you get a lot of people on that tour that, yo, this is my first time seeing you guys were fucking sick? A lot of conversion on your guys' end?
It was. I mean, we saw the most social media growth on that 2.5 week tour than we've ever seen from any Facebook ad, from any post, any album release, than any, like, it was so weird. We had
because
so
that's
much growth.
The real shit, motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's the real shit. That's what people gravitate to. That's what people latch on to is human. This band made me feel something when I watched them. I talked to them, and like that's, they built a relationship with you guys, and that's like fuck yeah. I loved hearing that from you guys when you did that.
Yeah,
tour.
thank you, man. It was fucking it was surreal. It was one of the most insane experiences, like going out with bands that we grew up listening to, getting treated as well as we did too. Because like I said, like when we're a 2 of 5 band, I don't expect to get treated any sort of way. You know what I mean? I'm there to play music and fuck off. And we were just welcomed in so well and got to hang out with everyone every day, and it was just really cool,
Yeah, and those shows were, from what I saw and what you told me, they were lit as fuck. Packed houses
they were
all
insane.
the time. But so there's another show you guys played recently that I want to ask you guys about. That Jared Dines house show.
Yeah.
How the fuck was that? How lit was that? What the fuck? I know Jared too. I fucking love him. He was just in Portland with Austin. I got to see them. That was great. I want to get them on the show eventually. But dude, I was so like just jealous. I was like, God damn it, dude. I want to play fucking Jared's house show. That sounds like so much fun. Like, how was that whole night?
Dude, it was so sick, man. Like, we just packed a ton of fucking people into his little ass garage, and he was moving in a couple weeks anyway, so his rule was just like, just go crazy. Like, I don't care if shit breaks, I'm moving. so people were like hanging off the fucking like garage door, like, I don't fucking know what I'd call those, but like the slidey fucking thing. People were hanging off those and busting into the walls, and fucking, it was just off the hook, man. It was so fun.
God damn, that's sick. What's probably the craziest thing that happened that night?
I think someone, like, I think just injuries, you know what I mean? Like, there was just fucking like carnage.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah, people were fucking like, yeah, there was no holding back in that. Like, it was a tiny fucking garage, and people were just going full pit moves and everything.
Dude, yeah, and that's so sick. Like, those house shows and stuff, like, Dead Crown's first show ever was a house show. And,
yeah,
it's like those little intimate shows are like, they're so fun, and they hold such a special place in your heart. But I want to ask you kind of a more serious question now.
Yeah.
I've known you for a long time. You're fucking crazy, Benny. You got mad ADHD. Everyone
Mad
knows.
ADHD.
You got You're always going at 1,000 miles fucking per hour. There's even times where I've had to tell you like, yo, slow down.
Yeah.
Take it easy. But so with that, how was having like extreme fucking ADHD? And I know you've over the last like year or two, you've started smoking a lot of weed, and I know that's probably helped a lot. But how has having ADHD to the level that you have it, how has that affected what you do with music and like trying to achieve this thing? Because it's very self-driven. You got to rely on yourself to make all this shit happen. And if your brain's just all over the place, how do you cope with that? How do you deal with that? And what's it like?
I mean, it's a lot of just self-discipline is a big one.
I feel that.
I mean, you really just have to, like, at the end of the day, it's like, I have a lot of focus issues is the main one. That's one thing I've always had through school and through everything else. But that's also how I got into music in the first place, is because I didn't really want to pay attention in school. I wanted to focus on music. So I just started focusing. I learned how to put all of that energy into one thing.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm now going 1,000 miles an hour whenever it comes to anything music related, because I don't really do anything other than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. It's been really tough, like, just in those senses where it's like sometimes I just don't know, like, things don't happen as either, as fast as I'd want them to, or, you know what I mean? Or I really feel like I need to get some shit done, but I just can't bring myself to be able to focus on it, or just any of those types of things.
Yeah, damn. So what have you done to, like, cope with it and work around it? Because and I'm sure your bandmates feel it too. They're probably just like, do you get checked and be like, Benny, you need to fucking like focus and slow down? And, like,
luckily I don't. I'm kind of like band dad most of the time.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I'm usually the one trying to kind of rein everyone else in. But I mean, for me, like I've tried to use it just to kind of settle myself down, especially now as I've gotten a little bit older. Is I've tried to just remember that life is not going to ever happen as fast as I want it to. I know, and smoking weed definitely helps for that. You know what I mean?
And with life happening fast too, because I don't have ADHD, but I am extremely self-disciplined to the sense where it's like if stuff isn't happening or if I'm not working, that kind of determines my how I feel about things.
Yeah, 100%. I'm the same way, man. Like if I feel like I'm not getting enough done, or I'm not getting like the things that I want done, or this isn't happening the way it's going, like that will fuck me up really bad.
But one thing I've come to realize over the last couple of years is like, okay, this shit isn't happening. It's actually Diamond Dallas Page. He says it. It's not about things happening. It's about the right things happening at the right time. So it's just,
for real.
So I've learned to be like, man, like I'm not getting these things, and I'm working really hard to like get to these goals, and they're not happening right now. But it's like, it's if they did happen right now, I might not be ready for it.
Yeah,
it's
true.
Okay.
That's a huge thing to look at.
Yeah, and so it's like it's okay to step back and be like, okay, well, if I just keep doing my shit, it's gonna come eventually. And you want to know what? The slow burn is. Like I don't know. I feel like all the people that get success overnight, it usually fizzles out eventually.
Exactly.
And I feel like
the slow burn longevity game.
Exactly, low and slow, baby. But yeah. So is that the way you kind of look at things too?
Yeah, I mean that's what I try to, at least. Like I said, like with having. Like with wanting to get stuff done, but the other thing that sucks is with having ADHD is sometimes just not being able to focus like on anything. It's like there's literally like so many things going on that it's like I will find myself just drifted off, and then like an hour later I'll be like, dude, I didn't even think about anything. I just thought about 8 billion things all at the same time, and I didn't get anything done. And then that starts getting existential, and it just goes again. And so like really trying to like get myself out of those loops and just remember to like if I just get a little bit done and just get a little bit moving forward, then I will, you know what I mean, hopefully get closer to my end goal. Even if it sucks, like just get it out, do something, work on something, and keep working towards a goal rather than nothing.
Dude, yeah, and that's something like I have to remind myself about too. How does depression play into this for you? How's your mental health?
I mean, it's not the strongest at all times. I mean, I've had a lot of anxiety, especially social anxiety issues, and that always leads into I've had a lot of depression issues too growing up. I was a kid who was bullied in school and shit like that, and so that was
totally right, man. I feel you.
You know what I mean? So that was a really tough thing growing up, and so it was like I had to kind of just learn how to find love in myself and not look for it in other people. But that can also be a very lonely space.
It is. No, because that's what I had to do a while back, and I found it. But now, recently, I've been like kind of not very good mentally recently.
Yeah.
And it's kind of going back to all that. Blake just grabbed me a beer, so mad shout to Blake. Thank you so much for that.
Well, it's bottom of the bottle. You boys should be drinking.
Oh yeah, no, and he gave me shots earlier, and now I'm just like, yep, it's time, baby. We can't stop drinking. But yeah, no, my headspace recently, and I think it's like, because I want to talk about this because I know I could talk about it with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, dude, we had the whole launch on Stay Sick. And like it was sick, and then we went out on that tour. We did So What. We had all of our peers and all of our people being like, "You guys are fucking sick." And then we go to finish our album, and then it's like it's just all gone away.
Yeah.
And my worth, I like when you're getting that flavor of the month attention, you start fixating that's what your worth is based on, and then when it starts going away, you're like, "Fuck, man, I'm fucked. Like I'm not worth shit. I can't do shit." And so it's been, and it's a new experience for me too. It's Dead Crown's like the most successful I've been in music so far. But and I know you've been through shit like that too, and I know it's hard. It's a really fucky game and a really like mind fuck industry that we're in, and I can see why mental health is such a huge thing in music and why so many artists deal with it, because it's so hard to base what your fucking worth is on.
For real, and especially going into that, like you touch on the great thing where it's like the music industry itself is such a toxic place for industry and shit like that, and then when you break it down to like that alone would just crumble a person. And then like family issues and other things, like that's something that I've had to deal with, and I know a lot of people deal with. I know you and you've had your family issues too. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Whatever's going on in your home life, what's going on with your friends, so everything that's even bigger than the fucking band and anything you're doing, like that can come into play. And so it can be so tough that even when everything with the band is going well, you still feel really shitty about things.
Dude, yeah, and then when you take that and you pair it with the road, I think the last tour I was on, or the tour before that, I was having a hard time because shit at home was just like not cool and not good for me, and just things around me were just not good. But then it's like you can't even like think about it, because when a lot of people think tour, oh, you're going on a fucking vacation. No, it's work all the time, motherfucker. You're not getting any sleep. You're go. You're not getting shit. You're eating Taco Bell every fucking day. Your diet shit. Everything's shit. And then on top of that, it's like, I can't fix problems that are 3,000 miles away from me.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's like, and especially when it's people that are close to you, it's so tough to like have to get yourself out of that headspace of, like I'm not there. I have to just be an ear or a friend, but I can't let that take a toll on my focus to get what I'm getting done on the road or for the album or for whatever. You know what I mean? You have to, it's a balance game, especially because it's like to make it in the music industry, and because we're not making it by any means yet, but I know both of us are trying our fucking asses off. It takes so much more dedication than 40 hours a week job. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you live this shit.
It's a lifestyle. It's constant. There's no days off. There's no fucking any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's taken. And you could say this too. It's taken over my life, and I know it's taken over your life. And that's what I mean. Like when it comes down to just the worth. It's like because you put so much into this thing. It's like, this is what I'm worth. And when you get a taste of the top, it's sick. You're like, I'm on top of the fucking mountain, baby. Like, this is fucking awesome. But then it's, especially since it's 2019, attention spans are shorter than ever. You drop off for like 2 seconds and you're at the bottom of the fucking mountain again.
It takes a lot to stay on the top in this day and age,
dude. And it fucks with your head. So hard.
Dude, for real. I mean, think about it. Like, think about how much it sucks to fucking, you spend so long trying to develop the most best sounding Facebook post for your band or for you, or the most best, like, all this shit for fucking 12 people to see it and fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, and then you're
Dude,
like,
especially with social media, like, I'll sit there with just, like, for 30 minutes trying to find a fucking stupid caption to post for something, and I'm like, this has taken 30 minutes of my life to make a fucking caption for a picture to post on Instagram to hope that people will interact with it, and like that's like the stupidest, dumbest, easiest thing, but that's the hardest thing at the same time, and people don't get that.
Real. Social media is such a weird thing in this day and age, because it's like, I feel like especially now everyone's kind of in this weird mode. It's like, do we care about it still? Do we not care about it? Do we like what? You know what I mean? It's not.
I've always felt like I've been in the position where it's like I have to care about it, because if I didn't have my business, if I didn't have this podcast, if I didn't have my band, I would be off social media. I'd be like, fuck this shit. But I have to have it because I make my living off of it.
Dude, I'm in the same boat being a promoter for a living. I have to run ads for a living pretty much to make sure my events do well, you know?
Yeah, and like listen to what other fuckers have to say. When it comes to people's like shitty opinions about my band, I don't listen. But yeah, you know, there's like some effort of like you have to listen and you have to see it and you have to try to get something out of it. And I think that's the fucky thing, is trying to get something out of social media, which it's like, dude, if you're basing your life on that, trying to get something out of something that's like not even fucking real, it's a fucky thing. But it's a game you have to play. It
is, especially in the music game. Because how else are people going to fucking see it? It's not the day and age people are going into music stores and buying the newest record and hearing shit on the radio. Spotify playlists is maybe another way, you know what I mean? That's a big thing that's helped.
Well, that's a hard thing to break through, too.
That's a huge fucking thing to break into. But
and you guys have been lucky with that. You guys have gotten
very lucky with that.
You guys have, we haven't gotten shit, dude. We've tried.
But are you guys like the submitting and shit? Like,
I don't know.
It's just a fucking game, man. It is. Shot.
And I remember talking to Mike. Mike was telling me, dude, like for all the metal playlists, it's all one dude. So it's you're trying to you got to convince one dude to put you on a whole spectrum of different listings, and it's like, okay, it's not about if you're fucking good or not. It's like, all right, hopefully this guy takes the time to. Like, see, like, it's just a game of chance.
It is, and especially think about it, because it's like, with every label and every this, it's like, every label has X amount of artists, you have to try and submit every artist and every this, and you hope one of them lands something, you know?
I would hate to have that guy's email inbox.
Oh my God,
it's probably just flooded with bullshit, dude.
Oh my God, it's probably just the worst thing ever.
So exactly. Wait, as two frontmen and two different bands, what social media platform works best for you?
Works best for me, like, mentally, the one I enjoy the most, or the one that gets us the most shit?
The one that reaches out to the most people. You and Benny, I want to know.
I would say, as weird as it is, because, like, with us, we had, we have, like, Franz and people who shout us out on Instagram, so our Instagram does pretty well whenever we post something. But for me, personally, like, where I spend my most time is probably Twitter. Yeah, Facebook can fuck right off. I fucking hate Facebook.
Wait, what about you then, Benny?
I think I get the most I reach the most people through Instagram and Facebook. I think I don't have Twitter down yet. I don't fucking like Twitter.
It's a weird thing. Once you get Twitter and you're on it, and like, yeah, it's beautiful. Because like I had a viral meme. I created a viral Dead Crown meme. And dude, it got almost 100,000 views on Twitter. It was basically just the Parton family, the main breakdown in the end that was like, take it back, I don't want the shit anymore. Yeah, and I took that little clip and I captioned it. I think I said, when you go through the Taco Bell drive-thru and they fuck up your order and you have to go back. And it just took off. Like, I wasn't expecting it to. And it got thousands of retweets.
That's the dumbest shit in the whole fucking world.
Dude, that's what I mean. And it's like that dumb shit. It's like, oh, this is what it takes. Like, you know, oh, okay. But, dude, social media is just a weird
the weirdest shit is what people like, man. So, like, I don't know. I usually, like, that's kind of been my approach to especially the industry, the band, and everything lately, is just to kind of give everything, especially with the new music we've been writing. I'm kind of bummed we don't get to have new music out sooner, but we're going to be working on a new record soon, finally.
Oh, dude, I feel that, and that actually segues into the next question too. But no, real quick, I feel that because for us, we've been writing a new record for a long time, and we're finally in the final stages of it. But dude, it's just been like with every day that it's just not done, like we feel it.
Yeah, well, and I know that both of you guys are in, because a lot of new people are hearing these songs for the first time, but we've been friends for so long. Our songs and your songs, we've all known these songs for fucking years.
Yeah, you guys played a song at the American Me show that I knew the words for, but it was a new one. You showed it to me, you know, and I was like, oh yeah, but that's what I mean. You guys probably won't release shit for another fucking 9 months to a year, but it's like, yeah, all these demos and all these things have been floating around forever.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Exactly. So it's so weird, and that's such a weird part of the fucking game.
Yeah. So speaking of that and the writing process and or just writing music in general, creating new content, what is, because we kind of live in the new millennial era of writing music and stuff, and I know Dead Crown, our writing process, whenever I tell people how we do shit, they're kind of like weird about it, and they're like, really, that's how you guys do stuff? And it's like, yeah, and it works out really good. And but so what's your guys' writing process like?
I don't know, for us, it's always been kind of weird, because for the longest time, we were a band where it was like Nick would work on all the songs and Jason too, or whatever, and then I would just put vocals on later, and then they would kind of produce my vocals, and we'd all be a very collaborative process. But I wouldn't really do much with the music side of things, and Nick wouldn't usually really do much side with the lyrics things. Jason would kind of be like the team player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that floats back and forth.
Yeah, but especially for our last big writing chunk, we had different members in the band, so it's really been us. That was really only us three writing beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's pretty normal though. So it's mainly like you, Nick, and Jason that are like doing a majority of it.
Yeah, we do a majority of it, but lately with the new stuff we've been writing, like ever since we've been writing pretty much since the albums come out. Yeah, and it's been a completely different process. And where it's like now, like I'm coming to the studio with full songs written in my head and we work them out, or Nick has a half of a song written, or I have a song and Nick writes vocals to that, and it's totally like there's no structure to it whatsoever anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, we literally whatever happens. If Jason comes to the studio with a song, we track that song out. We're like, that's cool. Everyone put your opinions out on it. And then Paul, our new drummer, has just been... That dude's a fucking blessing, man.
Yeah, Paul's sick. I love Paul.
Oh my god, man.
Where did you find this guy, by the way?
Yeah, where did Paul come from?
Paul
He's a fucking alien, dude.
Paul came from a band called Beyond the Woods from the Seattle area.
Did you guys go to Area 51 and find him there?
Yeah. We took our trip to Area 51. Dude, I'm so bummed. We were going to go on a camping trip to Area 51 after this tour we have coming up. We had the whole trip planned out, and it was before all this fucking Bob Lazar shit popped off, and we hadn't confirmed our rooms or anything at the Alien Inn or anything, and now everything's just booked up.
Oh, fuck. So the raid's actually happening.
Oh, I don't even know. Like, this wasn't even around the raid time. We were just gonna go out there because it's really fucking cool. If anyone's ever been out there, that's the most insane thing. Whether it's aliens or government, whatever, it's just super surreal, deserty. Well, there's a really eerie feeling out there.
You already know your boy's all about the UFOs and the aliens, so yeah, I would be all over that shit.
Oh, of course, exactly. So yeah, we did our first trip out there in February just to go out there for anything. We didn't like spend the night or anything. We just really wanted to go see that little town, Rachel. And it was so sick, and but we only got to spend a couple hours there, and ever since then we've been dying to go back. And so we finally had this tour our tour was supposed to end in Vegas. Another date got added, but fuck it, we were still going to go back anyways. And then this Bob Lazar shit popped off, and now it's just like everyone's going there. Basically, from now until that raid time, it's a hot zone.
Yo, Benny, did you know that Kendall and I have a UFO experience from when him and I were in the band?
Yeah?
Yep.
Actually, I feel like Kendall's told me this briefly on a long hot tub night.
Yeah, I don't know it exactly. I was asleep, so Blake can probably tell this story.
Yeah, because I was driving the van.
Okay,
So-
give it to me.
I was driving. We were in New Mexico.
Yeah, we
So
were like
we were-
in the thick of New Mexico, like in the bare desert, like between I think Albuquerque and someplace.
We were like 20 minutes away from Area 51.
yeah,
We're relatively
Okay.
close. I'm driving down this freeway, right?
Yeah.
And I'm driving. There's like some construction shit going on, whatever. And there's this. I see this light, like, probably a couple hundred yards away. It's this like flashing light, and it looked like it was something to do with construction or whatever. And so Colton and I are sitting in the front seats, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" We drive up next to it. As soon as I like pass it, the entire van lit up like blinding white. And everyone that was asleep woke up, and they were like, "What the fuck just happened?"
It was really bright. It was abnormally bright. Yeah, it was just like all
That's
white.
wild.
And then after we drove past it, Colton and I looked in the mirrors and like turned around, looked. The fucking light was gone.
Yo.
It wasn't flashing anymore.
Yeah, and
there
I
was
remember,
nothing there.
I remember you guys were screaming like, "Wake the fuck up! Wake the fuck up!" And I was like, "What?" And then you guys were like, "Did you see that light?" And I was like, "I don't know. It was really bright. I was sleeping. It woke me up." But then you guys were like, "It's fucking gone now." And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, that's a goddamn UFO.
That's insane, dude.
But
You're welcome.
Dude, there's definitely something to that shit. Dude, it's been so exciting for anyone that's about it, for all the information that's been coming out lately.
oh yeah, dude, I've been so deep in this shit for so long. Like it's been so sick to see UFO shit like in the mainstream news and not be made a mockery out of. It's tight. It's
Dude,
finally,
for real,
it's
same.
finally getting like the recognition it deserves.
I agree, and it's excited. I mean, people are just asking questions about. I mean, regardless whether it's even about the alien stuff, but in general, I think it's going to make people more aware to what's going on in our world,
Yeah.
and I think that that's going to be really cool if people start paying attention a little bit more.
Yeah, for real. So, low-key shout out to Bob Lazar. I think I've already thrown this out into the universe. Bob Lazar has a guest list to any show I play ever for the rest of the time. I'm pretty sure.
Yo,
Sorry.
Bob Lazar also has a guest list to our show too.
I was going to
for
say,
sure.
yeah. Yeah, so Bob Lazar, dude, if you're trying to fucking see some alien-ass breakdowns and shit, come out. You list on us, and I'll fucking just open my tab up to that guy. Like, but
Drinks
okay.
on me, Bobby.
Drinks on me, Bob. Come out. Like, I know you like whiskey. Let's fucking get it, baby. So besides that, what advice could you give to bands who are trying to come up?
I would just say get inspired and get really dedicated. Like, really get it. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're creating something that you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out on, you're never going to be able to truly have a fun, sustainable career. Write music you want to write, play it with your friends, care about the right shit, pay attention, don't give a fuck about an ego. I know. I feel like it's all common sense shit, but it's shit you have to remember. At the end of the day, you're fucking playing music with your friends.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't understand the ego shit. It's like, drop that shit because one person, there's some situations in some bands where that works, but for the most part, at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you're gonna get so much farther if you work as a team. And people be like, I work as a team. It's like, but you kind of fucking don't. So yeah, drop that ego shit, dude. Let other
fuck
people.
The ego shit. Fuck
yeah.
caring about any of it. Like, just play music with your friends and care about, care about impacting people with your music more than anything.
Yeah, and I always say to people, because at the end of the day, no matter how bad shit is or whatever, what I tell my guys and what I try to reflect on is at the end of the day, hey, guys, have fun. That's what this shit's all about. Have fun with what you're doing. If you're not having fun, then why the fuck are you doing it?
Have the time of your life. Like, you get to play music in a different city every night. Like, that's already, that's something that such a small percentage of people ever get to do.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Who fucking cares if there's 2 people there or 200 people there, whatever? Like, I get so excited just to play music every night. And I think that's like, I don't know. I see a lot of bands that forget that aspect of it. And I don't know. Don't ever not be excited to play your music.
And I tell that to like my guys and stuff too, but I mainly tell it to them to tell it to myself, because there's times where it's like, dude, because when you're on the road, man, shit's not always in your favor. Shit's not always going good.
Oh, it's not. Never. It rarely is going in your favor.
Yeah, nothing's going in your favor. You're like, this is shit, man. This is not the best way to live. But at the same time, it's like, actually, little story. When we broke down in Pasadena, I think it was, no, not Pasadena. It was Coachella, the actual city, Coachella. We broke down there, our van did, and we took it to a Ford dealer. And the guy was like, well, what are you guys doing out here? You know, there's like a bunch of you. You know, he could obviously tell we were in a band. I was like, oh, we're in a band. We're on tour right now. We got to be in Cupertino in like 24 hours. So, you know, we're in a really stressful situation.
Oh, are these on those fucking dates that I booked for you on your way home from Outline?
I think so, yeah. But we broke down in Coachella, and like we were just, it was the end of the tour we did with Outline, yeah, and we had this 48-hour drive from fucking like, I think Texas to Cupertino. And we broke down, and so I was just down in the dumps. I was just like, you know, he's like, oh, you guys are in a band, huh? And I was like, yeah. And, you know, I was definitely just like on a whim. I was like, just like, God damn it. Like, this is like the last thing we fucking need. And I was like, please help us out. And he was like, you know, he was like, well, that's really fucking cool that you guys do that. And I was like, man, it's not all glitz and glory. Like, it's nothing special. That's what I told him. And he said, well, you want to know what? I know everyone at this fucking office would much rather be where you guys are now instead of being in this fucking dealership working. And he said that to me, and I was like, damn. Fuck.
Yo,
yeah.
that shit, that hits, dude.
Shit like that hits, and it's like, yeah, man, I do have a lot to be grateful for. Yeah, I'm broke down in fucking Coachella, but I'm also out with my best friends playing music in a different city every night. I've been to all these places. I've lived in like the fucking depth of the culture of these cities. Like, yeah, that's a fucking cool thing.
Dude, that's an insane thing, man. And like, that's the craziest thing is all those experiences you meet. Like, a crazy story that we had, we played Growlers in Memphis, Tennessee, which is that's a club that a lot of tour packages go through. Yeah. And it was just shot beyond all shotness, dude. Like, literally, there was 2 people there. And
Been there, baby.
But the owner happened to be there that night, and he really dug us because we decided to be it's like, I think every show is going to be shot, so I expect that. So then when it's not that, I get really excited. But when it's just that,
that's
like,
how I am
I'm still
too.
stoked to play.
I always,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I walk into it like worst case scenario.
I'm like, oh, dude, there's no way. Why would anyone come to this fucking show tonight? Like, that's the first thing I tell to myself anytime I get to a venue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. With that, I think that. But he was stoked on us, and he still, man. We didn't get paid very much or anything that night. But he personally, he bought like 3 merch things from us and fucking tipped us out. And he was just like, yo, like, I really want. Like, I just want you guys to know that I support what you're doing. You guys are welcome anytime. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you play your heart out every night, you'll make a ton of experiences like that with as many different people, rather than if you're just like, oh, fuck this, show shot, blah, and you go into it with that heart. I don't know. I feel like that shows.
Yeah. So that leads me in. I asked this to Ian last week. So as a fellow frontman, do you feel a different pressure on you compared to the rest of the band instead of, you know, like, because it's our job, and I've talked to you about this before, and me and you we're very frontman orientated. Like, you know, we're vocalists in the studio, but on stage we're fucking frontman, and we
100%.
We both know what that means. So is there a different pressure? Like, do you feel that pressure every night when it's like, I don't know if this shit's gonna be shot or not, but it's my job to make the best out of this? And how, like, does that fuck with your head? If
it does, but I try, you know what I mean? It's like you can't not fuck with you a little bit. Like everyone says they don't let it, but it's like, of course there's that underlying factor of it's like, man, like, I could really make or break this being fucking really good or really bad, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, because like those shows where there's like 2 kids there, it's like, well, we need to make money, because if we don't, we're not going to get to the next city. So those 2 kids that are here, they have to buy fucking merch. How are they going to buy merch? They got to really like what we're doing in sand. I know my boys are holding it down on the instruments and stuff, but how I'm like, as a frontman, you're the fucking personality in the face of shit, and it's up to you at the end of the day to be like, are people having a good time or a bad time, no matter how many people are there? And that's a hard thing to fucking do, man.
Oh, dude, that's a fucking huge thing to carry. But dude, I like one thing. I'm going to go back to even what you said earlier. We've been talking about the biggest thing that we've tried to take the approach with lately is have fun. Just, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if you're having fun, especially with your friends, like, and I know if you have fun doing what you love, then it's going to show. So it's like if you try not to overthink it and you just have fun.
And it's those shot nights where, again, I say it like, because I'm kind of like the ringleader too in my band, where I have to gather the boys around and tell them, like, guys, we got to have fun. They might not know this, but it's mainly so I can tell it to myself.
Yeah.
And that's so true. And it's always in those shitty nights where it's like, okay, well, we got to make the best of this. Let's just go have fun and let's just do our fucking thing. And people are going to vibe with that more than anything.
Yeah, I think that, dude, that honesty and that type of shit, it shows so tough.
Dude, yeah, for real, man. So, besides that, winding down,
yeah.
What advice do you have people actually out on the road? Because you guys are little fucking road champs.
Yeah.
So, what are some like little hacks or tricks or things you'd give to people who are, you know, busting in the tour world and what they can do to make their lives easier out on the road?
I think investing into the right things, like get a Planet Fitness membership. There's Planet Fitnesses literally everywhere. There's no reason you should not be able to shower every day.
Dude, yeah, Planet Fitness changed the game for us. Our whole last tour we did without a Planet, without staying at anyone's house because we had the Planet Fitness shit. So we would just drive, wake up, shower, eat, drive.
Yeah, and so, dude, shit like that, and then we did about 6 months on the road straight, which isn't shit to what some of these bands do, but that was the longest we've ever done.
That's still a lot, yeah, and like, the beginning of our year was a lot, but it wasn't 6 months, man, and even we were just like, damn, we were on a road a lot at the beginning of this year. So, but yeah, what other things do you have for people?
You can get really burnt out in that sense, so I think that really trying to watch what you eat and trying to, if you can, try and work out. Try and get a little besides your set. Try and like focus on your body a little bit, because the easiest thing every day is going to be to fucking go to Taco Bell and go to the. I mean, we're all guilty of it, but if you can try and go eat that salad one extra day, or you can go eat fruit, or you can save money. Go to Walmart, get food you don't need to go out every day for. Like, that's a huge tip that I see a lot of bands don't do. Like, stock up, have food.
All right. Well, hey, Betty, closing down, is there anything you need to punch? I know you got tour dates. Anything you need to plug or say? Fire away, dog.
Come out and see us next month. We're going to be playing down the West Coast with Alisana, Capture, and Dead Superstar. Just fucking dates are on all of our socials. We've been plastering the shit out of it. Come hang out with us. Fucking... we're a lot of fun, you know?
You guys are a lot of fun, man.
Thank you.
All right, well, hell yeah. And where can people find you guys?
You can find us at We Are Avoid on Instagram and at Avoid PNW on Twitter and Facebook.com/We Are Avoid. Merch at www.avoid.merchnow.com.
All right, well, hell yeah, Betty. Well, dude, thank you so much for taking the time to come and bullshit with me. I'm sure,
man, thank you for having me, for real.
And I'm sure this won't be the last time I have you or one of the boys on the show, so thank you so much, man.
Oh, wow, dude, let's do a group thing together. What if we do like a Dead Crowd Avoid podcast?
Dude, I already want to do one with just me and my boys, and I just want to get them fucked up and just shoot the shit. But yeah, if we could get up to Seattle or something, just get all the mics and get the big interface.
That's what I'm saying. We get a big like group, like a dinner table, and we all have a mic.
Family dinner, baby.
Shit, dude.
We'll just call that family dinner. That'd be so good.
Dude, that'd be so fun. I'm always down.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, hey, Benny, thank you guys so much. I'm going to leave them out with a song. And, this has been Bottom of the Bottle. Thank you again, Blake. I'm Kendall.
I'm Blake.
And we'll see you guys next time, all right?
Hell yeah. Thank you, man. See you guys soon.
Love you, Benny.
living on